Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. This is a trial that we're doing as far as a test stream. Just trying to see how much we can stretch the capabilities of YouTube's live stream when we're in a mobile type of situation, when we're not just in one place with steady Wi-Fi. I want to see how jittery the video can be, if there's any kind of delay. We're doing this straight from a phone. We're not using any kind of type of microphone or anything like that, and nothing added. This is straight from a Samsung 10 Plus. I just wanted to make sure that what the capabilities are, because I think that we could do a lot with very limited type of resources, with the type of technology that's available to us, and I wanted to see how well we could pull it off. So as you can see, I'm in front of Starbucks right now. I just picked up my coffee, and I'm about to head out to a little bit of a drive-through of a couple of the new constructions that we have here in Syosset. I'm not going to go to all of them. I'm just going to go to some of them, and make sure that one, those houses are in pretty good shape. There's no surprises or anything like that happening to them right now, and we also want to just make sure that everything's locked up and everything like that, because, you know, as everybody knows, we're still in this lockdown state, especially in real estate. And what's happening is you have agents that go out there for virtual showings, and sometimes they don't do the right thing. They don't necessarily lock up everything the way they should be. Sometimes you find unlocked doors. Sometimes you find back doors, windows open. Sometimes you find running sinks, stuff like that. So you just want to make sure that everything is proper. I tend to do this at least once to twice a week, regardless if anybody visits the place, just to make sure that I'm on top of it. The seller hired us for a reason, to be responsible for their properties while selling it, and that's what we're doing. We're making sure to do that. It's a really hot day today. We're about 80 degrees. As you can tell, I'm starting to get color already, and I'm just driving right now. Again, we just started this tour, so I'm hoping for a few things. One, that the feed through the video is actually in good integrity, that we don't get a lot of jitters and a lot of type of delays while it's being recorded. The other thing I wanted to see is, because it's so hot, one of the things that I've noticed in the past is the fact that we have a tendency of seeing the phones overheating from the sun, the direct exposure, and I want to make sure that while I'm doing something like this, let's say it's a long video stream, I don't know how long I'm going to have this going for, but let's say it's an extremely long video stream, I want to make sure that the phone can take the heat and doesn't overheat, and nothing keeps the actual video from stopping. As you can tell, I'm not pre-scripted. I'm basically just talking right now as I'm going. Very casual type of sales situation. I don't have any appointments right now. I am not meeting with anybody. Even if I wanted to meet with anybody, I can't, because of the fact that we still have those lockdown mandates that we're responsible for. So it's kind of one of those things that we have to do. That being said, I'm going to try to get to 2, maybe 3 spots. So you can get to see the stuff we're working on, and 2, to basically check them out while we're going. And just wanted to give you an understanding of how we go about doing things. The other thing that I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pull off doing, and I'm curious to see if I can pull this off once I pull the phone off. Because while I'm on live stream, if I can reverse the camera and have you seeing everything that I'm seeing as I'm going, we'll see. I'm not sure. You know, it's been a very frustrating time these past couple months of trying to find a way to operate. It's become close to impossible to do everything we can the way we normally can and normally do to be able to sell the places. We're finding ways to get it done, but it's a monumental beast right now of trying to get all this in place for this season. A lot of people are losing a lot of business right now. Sellers are losing a lot of selling time, and it's tough. It's really tough. So I'm actually just getting to the first location. I'm going to see, can I flip this or can I not flip this? Oh, I can actually. That's great. So I'm actually going to get out of the car now. We'll go into the space. I'll give you guys a look into what the first house that I'm looking at. This is a really nice 5-bedroom, 3-bath, new construction home. Completely done. We got the C of O already on this one, so that was a feat in itself to be able to actually get the C of O in these times, because half the places in the building department are closed right now. So we were actually really fortunate and lucky. I'm going to flip over to my face right now because I don't want you seeing the access code that I'm punching in to get into the house. Now, I'm not sure if anybody's putting anything through the chat box right now, but if you are, I'm going to try to figure out how to be able to look at that from here and be able to answer things. It's a really different type of situation, because when you're doing this from a computer or a laptop or an iPad or whatever the case is, you're able to be able to see the chat box as you're going, and you're in one space. You're basically able to answer and see everything come through. Right now, the way I'm looking at this video that's coming through, I don't see anything coming towards me. So I'm not sure how this is going to be able to work as far as keeping a live chat going. It's tough. It's a really tough type of scenario how to get it done. But as you can see, I'm in the house right now. This is a beautiful house. Like I said, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, hardwood floors. I'm going to give you a little bit inside look right now. So we're right here in the entrance. As you can see, gorgeous type of floors here that they put in at the foyer space. You have a lot of millwork going through this whole house. All right, so I'm not sure if this is going to connect to the previous live stream, but we did get interrupted. So that's one of the first glitches that we're seeing as far as being able to do this in a like mobile setting. There's no Wi-Fi access in this entire area right now. I'm doing this straight from my mobile data. I'm probably nuts for doing that because I'm probably going through a ton of data usage right now, but I need to know that it could possibly be done, because there's a lot of different settings that we are in that we don't have Wi-Fi access, we don't have internet access, and we are in a mobile type of situation. And it's great to be able to give somebody a true live stream situation of a house while you're going through it. And we're just trying to get all the kinks. I mean, everybody's doing the virtual tours and trying to implement a lot of the other technology on there. But to get a mass audience and a public audience, we're really going to have to depend on items like YouTube, as far as live streaming, Twitch, or Facebook Live in order to really get that mass audience. Otherwise, we're going to be more targeted, like a Zoom, Microsoft Teams, that kind of stuff, which there's nothing wrong with it, but you're going to have to depend on only the people that you invite to that type of situation, where when you're using a larger platform like a YouTube channel or your Facebook live stream or a Twitch stream, you're going not only to your private circles, you're also opening it up to the public. So that's a big deal, and I'm trying to get the best we can out of every situation. So like I said, we're in this house right now. You got a lot of stuff going on. I haven't even turned on the lights, and you see how bright it is. One of the really cool things about this house, and actually one of the things that go unasked about and not really noticed, are the windows. This particular builder uses Pella windows throughout the whole house, and that's a big deal, because unless somebody knows about it or somebody asks, they wouldn't know it. So it's up to the real estate agent to be able to point things out like that to the potential buyers walking through the space. That's something I always focus on and let everybody know. Everything down to the type of counters, which you have quartzite here. It's beautiful the way it's set up. You have the Pella windows that are in the house, and you want to make sure that people do understand what these little things are. Now I'm being a little bit all over the place as far as the way I'm going about it, because like I said, this is a test stream, and I'm not doing this with any type of equipment. I'm not even using a selfie stick. I'm not using a stabilizer or anything like that. So like I said, you have to bear with me. Right now what I'm doing is basically going through the space and making sure that there's nothing out of the ordinary happening. You know, there's times where you could see I come into the place and people forget to sink out like that, or something that's sometimes it's subtle, like something as subtle as that. It's a little stream of water, but you got to make sure that these are off. Now, I'm actually not wearing gloves and a mask right at this moment, because one of the things I'm going to do later on right now is just go through the whole place. We haven't had any showings here since the last time I was here, and that was a couple days ago, and we were set for virtual showings tomorrow, so I know that nobody's going into the place, and I've already sanitized it, but I'm going to go through the whole place with Clorox, Tilex, and the whole nine. Just get this place sanitized. Let's see upstairs if there's any surprises. See, one of the other things that's really cool that this builder does is he adds the fixtures in there. A lot of times you'll go into new construction, especially in our area, where all you'll see is where the top is right there, where the chandelier is hanging from. You'll see a cap. They don't include a chandelier. They always include the chandeliers in. They include the appliances. Again, I mentioned again the Pella windows, because that is a big deal, the Pella windows. Again, I'm not wearing gloves and masks in this house because, like I said, nobody's been in here since the last time that I sanitized it a couple days ago. And I'm going to be sanitizing it and getting ready for all the virtual tours tomorrow, after I'm done doing my runs. I have a tendency, because I'm fortunate enough that these houses are all close together, so I could go from spot to spot. See, this is not something that you want to do. See that? I hate that. That drives me nuts. Here's a little trick that you don't see. You see how I just put the toilet down with my foot? Good way to do that without touching it with your hands. Again, no leaky sinks. Something that you definitely want to make sure about is that you don't leave the lids open. It's not a nice thing to do, and it doesn't reflect well for the home. Bulbs are working. See, these are the stupid little things that you got to notice, and like you might not think about them, but the bulbs might be out. That could affect the way the house shows, especially if it's done a little bit later hours and the sun is going down. Right now we're heading into summertime, so the daylight is extended, but especially during the winter, that happens often where a bulb might go out or something might not be screwed in right. And see, we're in the master right now. This place is gorgeous, actually. This is huge. You can't even get the full effect of how big this space is unless you walk it. This is a really cool feature that they did. So you got the barn doors. You have it like that set up, and it's a nice accent piece for the room itself. Don't have to worry about the doors opening in and out, losing space like that. It's much more expensive to put in than your normal door, but well worth it because you're giving everybody, see? Maybe the seller was here. Maybe somebody was here. Somebody left lights on over here. Maybe I should have worn my gloves. Damn. Now I gotta disinfect myself. Something else you notice is the tray ceilings that you have in the master. It's a really nice look. They added a lot of city type of features in a situation where you're in a suburb, but you're getting a lot of the amenities and a lot of the look that you normally get when you're getting like a condo in the city or something like that. I like it a lot. I like that kind of fusion of contemporary, modern, and traditional, all like jumbled up. Some people don't, but I definitely like it, and there's definitely a lot of people that are very like-minded with me as far as that's a fact. Now here's something that's really important to do. More than anything else, you always want to go and check out the basement. One, you want to make sure that it's dry. You can tell if there's something going on, especially if you smell something. But you want to make sure it's dry. And because I'm live right now, I'm not going to have any surprises. If I do have any surprises, you'll be able to see them as well. See? Dry as a bone. And that's really important as well. You could see from the walls, this basement is basically completely spray foamed down, fully insulated, and it's ready in case somebody wanted to finish the space. It's ready to go. See, this is another thing that you have to make sure. See, this is part of the stuff that is super important for an agent to look at. You see that? Now, if I leave that for too long, if I leave that right there for too long, what will happen is if there's a heavy rain or there's water that comes down there for some reason, it's going to overfill. It's going to overfill, and what's going to happen is you might get water that comes into the house, you might get clogged, you might get, see right there? I don't know if you could see. switch gears again. You see that? You see that? You see that drain? That drain needs to be completely open. And if you don't have it cleared out completely, you got a problem. See? Looks like this hole got like blown in. And that's okay, that's normal. That's not a big deal. I'm gonna have to take a broom to it. There's actually a lot more things to this than I thought today. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more routine, but I think I'm gonna have to actually do a little bit of manual labor today just to clean it up a little bit. I think I'm gonna have to disinfect it as well. Somebody was definitely here that I didn't know about. It might have been the builder, or it might have been one of the contractors coming to do something. But that's why you keep one of these at all times. Amongst all the marketing material we have here, this has become a staple of something in every single house that we have listed, especially the vacant ones. I'm gonna put this down for a second. Sorry, guys. Now my compulsiveness has kicked in, and I have to, now that I know that somebody's actually in here or was in here. See, one of the things I did as well in this sanitizer, I add a little bit of extra rubbing alcohol in there. Why? Because I'm a little bit more paranoid than your average person. You don't have to do that, but for me, I need to be able to smell the alcohol. I need to know that something's happening and something's working in there. So, it's one of those things. It looks like, for the most part, we're pretty okay. This is where this whole thing just happened. I just sanitized my hands, and then I clicked the switch. I'm not gonna sanitize my hands again. It's one of those things. All right, let me finish closing up all the lights right now, because I'm gonna have to come back with a broom and mop. Alright, here's my paranoia again. I'm not touching my hands. I'm using the elbow type of method. Now that I got it in my head, I'm gonna have to. This is where all the germophobia really kicks in. This is probably the cleanest house that you've ever walked into for a viewing or a showing in real estate, and I still got the same paranoia. This coronavirus has really played a number on us as far as being able to, operate correctly and just being able to work in a type of setting where we can't be careless right now. So I can't even use that like a carefree kind of situation. But we can't let our guards down either. It's kind of crazy. Oh, it's so hot. That's what I don't miss right now. The heat is crazy. And you've got leather seats, you got a problem. Doesn't matter if the air conditioning is running or not. The sun just beats right through it. So yeah, I got these little spray pens that I have. Full blown rubbing alcohol in here. I touched my elbow. And that's where we get a little nuts as far as how we go about doing things. While it's so hot, you could see all the beads, like the ice is melting already. Oh, it looks like a walker behind me. You get a lot of those whenever I go into one of these houses. It might be one of the neighbors just checking to see what's happening with this house. Happens a lot. You know, I got a lot of neighbors. Are you the new neighbor? No, I'm the real estate agent. They just don't recognize me because I became like a little bit of a savage with the beard, and I cut my hair short. See, I had a full box of gloves and I didn't even use them. Now I'm kicking myself about it. But what are you gonna do? Now I could feel the camera itself already starting to heat up. Let's see how well this goes. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do everything the way I want to, but let's try to test it out. You know, this is gonna be this is a long video. I don't mean it to be that long, and I might just take it and edit it and take out some of the pieces that we're going through on this stream and post again as a more finished edited video down the line. But like I said, it's a test run. Bear with me. I hope that it works. If people want me to test more type of technology, like, you know, what we're using right now for YouTube and Facebook Live. I haven't started with Twitch yet, but I think I will, just to get myself a little familiar with it. But, you know, it's one of those things that we need to start learning what's available for us, and make sure if I didn't put that seatbelt on, that little ding ding thing was gonna drive me nuts. BMWs have the most annoying seatbelt bell out there. It's relentless and it does not stop. And the funny thing is, if I put something on my seat next to me, even if it's a little heavy, sometimes even something like 5 pounds or something like that, it just keeps going off. It's crazy. It's so sensitive. I guess it's good. It's keeping everybody safe right now. But we'll see. We'll see what else they do to keep us safe in these cars right now. It's a beautiful day. It really is. It's gorgeous. And again, if you're finding this video to be a little bit boring, don't feel bad about disliking it or commenting on it. It's not something that's been premeditated and pre-thought. It's something that I'm just doing at spur of the moment and actually just streaming just to get these kinks out. I don't know if I'll even leave this video to keep going on. Like, I might delete it after it's done. I'm not sure. We'll see what I'll do with it. You know, if you want me to leave this video and you're watching right now, comment down below. Let me know you want to keep this. Should I keep it on? Should I take it off? Should I delete it? Should I burn it? Should I never attempt something like this again? Just let me know what it is that you feel. Because after all, you're the subscribers and you're the ones that are watching, and I want to make sure that whatever content I'm putting out there is the content that you're most happy with. Now, that being said, if you're not a subscriber and you're watching this, take a moment to press the subscribe button. It doesn't hurt. If you want to be notified about all the new videos as they come out, I don't put a ton of content out there. I may put a couple of videos a week out there, so you won't get bombarded. Press the little notification bell. And of course, if you like it, press the thumbs up. If you don't like it, put it down. Again, I don't have any hard feelings for likes or dislikes. I just want the honest truth from people. So I have no problem being the most disliked guy on YouTube. I'd rather not be the most disliked guy on YouTube, but if that's what the people think, that's okay. It helps me adapt and basically put whatever content I have out there in the future in a better fashion that's more appropriate for what the subscribers are wanting. But unless I hear comments and I hear what the suggestions are, I wouldn't know. I'm also going to be. I'm close to getting the real estate plate running again. As I mentioned before, we're in contract negotiations right now. It just so happened my contract went up right before the coronavirus pandemic hit us, before lockdown, and I haven't been able to come to a new agreement with them yet. But I'm sure we'll be getting something done with WGBB soon, and I want to continue with that. I know that a lot of listeners love it. There's a lot of listeners out there that don't do live streaming, and they're not that particular about doing stuff on Facebook or YouTube, and they just want to listen the old-fashioned way on the radio station as they're driving back home or wherever they're going. And I want to be able to keep giving out that service, because there's no other actually real estate focused shows, live shows that are done anywhere on the island. And as far as I know, there might not be any in the boroughs either, as far as putting out a weekly radio show based on only real estate. You get some of these infomercial kind of things where people are going on there to promote their book or whatever the case is, but you don't necessarily get them with new content and that kind of stuff. So that's one of the things I didn't. I was now I have to take